How's everyone doing?
Good.
We'll get started in a second here. It's not quite 7:30, but we'll give people a few minutes or a minute
How
or
are
so.
you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm not too happy Green Bay lost. I'm upset.
What was what was the final score?
22-28.
It's a good
Going back
game.
to normal.
Sound like it was a good game.
Yeah, they're going back to their old ways. No defense.
Yeah.
Just disappointing.
Might be Aaron Rodgers last year with them.
Oh, don't say.
They got that rookie. They got that rookie.
Oh, don't start. Don't start. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure I have everything ready to go. I think so. Yep. I lost my chat. There it is. No, I don't want that either. All right. There it is. All right, gang. This shouldn't be too long because we're kind of powering down a little bit here, getting ready for our big taper, so to speak. Really isn't that big of a taper. But I got Sean's plan up here, just her training tilt. Let me jump into a few things. Here's the schedule, the main schedule for the week. My computer's running a little slow today. I don't know why. I'm watching myself rub my nose 10 seconds after I did it. So I don't know how slow the lag's going to be. Okay, so this is the intermediate plan. And you can see we are doing 300s for our workout. I'm gonna try to make it a little bigger. Sorry, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. I don't know why I went back down to 100. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, we have 10 by 300 for Tuesday or Thursday, whatever day I'll see you. Which leads me into my bigger point for this whole thing is next week. If you haven't looked at next week yet, you see the workouts are Monday. That is because the race is Saturday and this is our goal race. So we don't want to do a workout Thursday and only get a day's rest before the race, our goal race on Saturday. Since we are in our little, what we call a taper, or kind of powering down or getting some rest under us and getting some quickness and getting ready for the race, the big race. When we're running regular races during our training, I'm not too concerned about getting 2 days break because we're still training hard and we're still pushing ourselves. So those now, not the last week though is our goal race. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we get plenty of rest before our goal race, and especially of that distance of a half marathon. So what we're going to do is we're going to meet Monday and Wednesday of the last week. Same time, same place, just different day. If you met with me on Tuesday for your track workout, you will meet Monday for your track workout. If you met with us on Wednesday for your track workout, or Thursday, sorry, for your track workout, you'll meet with us on Wednesday for your track workout at Fallen Timbers at 6:30. And I know, some of your schedules have been worked, so you have Tuesday or Thursday available. And I apologize for that, but this one week, we want to make sure we are giving the proper rest for our goal race. So for some reason, if you have something going on and you can't make it, don't worry. You can get the workout on your own. They're pretty simple workouts. They're not too taxing where you'd really need someone to pace you or someone to run you through it. You can do these on your own. They're pretty simple. They're pretty quick. And
Bob, you're froze.
yeah. What was that? Someone said something. All right. So anyway, that will keep you moving and going throughout the week. But the last week, Monday, Wednesday, and I'll send out an email. I'll put that in writing too, so people know that's going to be the plan for next week, in case someone didn't catch it in the meeting or really isn't looking at the schedule too intently. So I'll make sure that gets out there, and the coaches will help me with that by pushing it out in their group text and that, and reminding people. And that's just for the last week, okay? Not for, this week. So this week we're still normal. Tuesday, Thursday for the workout. Okay. Um, question beside that. No. And you can see pretty simple. This week we're on the track, or we're going to be at Fallen Timbers, but we're doing 300s, which is a little less than a quarter mile, obviously. And we're going to do them at repetition pace again. So pretty much right around the same pace as your 400. So not much different really, because 100 meters isn't that big of a difference to adjust your pace that much. But we're only doing a minute 30 rest or so. Just, we'll see the rest lap and where we're at and how long it takes you to get from finish to start again. If it's a little over a minute, we'll just kind of keep going through them. But a minute, minute 30 is around a good spot to rest. Okay. You kind of want to do that there. And then the other workout is just a simple fartlek where you're going to run 8 miles, mile warm up, mile cool down. And then those middle 6 miles will be 4 on, 1 off. So you're doing it for miles, not for an amount of repetition. So it's not 4 on, 1 off 5 times or 6 times. It's 4 on, 1 off for the 6 miles. So you'll run all 6 miles and you'll run 4 on, 1 off for those 6 miles. So it's kind of it's obviously a little bit harder than the Tuesday workout, the track workout, but it's designed that you're still getting in some good distance and some good workout, but it's not something that should wipe you out and take a ton out of you. Okay, and then we're dropping down for 10 miles on the long run. So that should get everyone okay for 10-mile drop down on the long run. I know the novice plan is dropping to 9. Advanced, I'm not going to bring it up because it's not the only change are the distances. Monday you're doing 6, and then your long run is still at 12. Okay, because if you've been keeping your mileage up, we don't want to drop it way too much on the advanced plan. So that's why we still keep that long run up around 12. And then I think on the Tuesday, I want you, if you're doing the advanced one, to at least get 5 miles on the Tuesday workout. Whereas everyone else, it's only going to be around 4, because 10 times 300 is like 3,000 meters. That's just under 2 miles. So a mile warm up, mile cool down, and then you run in between for the active rest. You probably will get around 4 miles in for that day. And that's what I'm counting on. But for advanced, we want 5. And then you can see the novice plan here. See, my computer's running really slow today. I don't know why. Hope I don't have a virus. Not me personally. All right, let's see here as it's slowly booting up. You see the novice plan. We're going back to 45 minutes on Monday. You're doing the same workout as everyone else for the track workout, 10 by 300, but you're actually getting a little less rest again because we don't want you going as fast. We want you at kind of an interval pace for you guys. So we're going to keep it around there. Okay, we're not going to go too heavy, too quick for you guys right now. But your long run then goes to 9 miles, but we're still going to keep that midweek long run at 55 minutes. So I'm still keeping that up there pretty high. Okay, so you'll do your 55-minute run on Tuesday, and then we'll see you at Fallen Timbers on Thursday. All right, so that's everything you want to do, whether it's run, walk combination, or what you've been doing on your 55-minute days and your 45-minute days. So whatever you've been doing, just keep plugging away at that. Okay. All right. So questions about the training for this week. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Just remember that next week, again, reiterate, Tuesday will be Monday, Thursday will be Wednesday, same time, same place. But just want to give you that 2 days rest on the last week before Churchill's. All right. So in case anyone asks you, that's why we're doing that. And that's the main thing. And if you notice, if you look outside, it's pitch black out. So when we do these workouts this week and next week at 6:30, it is going to be dark. So, okay, it's not going to be light or anything like that. We will be running in the dark. Fallen Timbers is fairly well lit, so that shouldn't be a problem. But just letting you guys know as you begin to meet with each other this week, you're going to notice the darkness. So bust out those headlamps and all that stuff, because it will be dark. You know, even when you get out of work 5:30 and try to run, it's still going to be dark. That's just the way it's going to be with stupid daylight savings time. Um, yeah. So anyway, just remember that. Just a little reminder there. And a couple other things. Spring MIT, if you haven't noticed, that registration is open. We're going to change a few things. I got a lot of good feedback from my coaches the last week or so. I was asking them questions about training tilt and what we do. And the bottom line seems to be that training tilt is really good for those training remotely, which some people are. And we're going to keep that going for spring MIT. But for all of us that meet in person, it's becoming more of a chore for some people. But we all do like the one-stop place for all of the documents, all of the maps, everything like that. So what I'm going to be doing is we're going to use Training Tilt solely for our remote training people, for those who can't meet with us. So they will be our online training, remote training. And then I will create, we'll do something to warehouse everything for our in-person training group, so they have something they can access weekly or whenever they need to, like a Google folder or something like that. Okay, so we'll try to meet both ends of those. And then the remote training will kind of just stick with our mainly remote training group, because it does get a little tricky for me, even dealing with in-person and remote on the same platform. Um, but just remember that. So if you do want to go remote, like you can't spring MIT, you won't be able to make it because of time, the way the practices are run, or your schedule. You can still do remote training, and I will be the coach in that. I deal with all that. So, that's one of the perks. You get me full time. Um, so if anyone asks you, or anyone talks about it, that's, enough about remote training, all of you out there, to kind of give your opinion on it. But for in person, we're gonna go back to more traditional. I'll be sending out emails. We won't be doing the Zoom meeting, just because people like the email a little bit more than the Zoom meeting. And just looking at how many people I have in the Zoom meeting, I'm going to assume there are more people out there who read the emails than are at the Zoom meeting, because in the Zoom meeting we have about 20 to 30 of you here. So I think I'm going to need a few more. Hopefully, there's not very many in our Zoom meeting. So I want to make sure I get as many people as I can involved. So I'll probably go back to my just regular. Okay, I'm glad you can still hear me. If you can't see me, I really don't care. You're not missing much. I didn't shower today. So as long as you can hear me, that's the main thing. So anyway, I'm going to probably go back to just regular emails, giving information that way, pushing it all out, because people seem to get that a little bit better, or get more of that than me yammering on this. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer today. There's all kinds of, it's just running slowly. Sorry. But that's the main thing I want to say about registration. So it's open now. I think it's at the lowest price it'll be until about the 14th, 15th of November. So if you got still a couple weeks to decide if you're on the fence before there will even be any price increase. But we're going to do all the same things we're doing now. The one thing I am keeping, though, for training in general, that most people like, it goes 50-50, but we're going to still do the challenges. That seems to be something people enjoy, a lot of people, and it keeps some people engaged. And even if it keeps some but not all, I want to go with it. If it's helping out some, I'm going to keep it going. So we'll keep doing that. But as far as the other stuff goes, I'm not 100% certain. Um, if all the training tilt stuff works for the in person. So we'll dial it down this time around and see how this goes, and then I'll be able to compare both ways and get some feedback from all of you, because I will be sending out a survey, hopefully, that I would ask all of you to take 5-10 minutes to fill out for me. Gives me good feedback on what we want to do for the direction of the programs in the future. Okay. One last thing is the challenge for this week. I'm still waiting on a few coach teams for their points for the week. So I don't have the results complete for this week yet. But next week, we're going to go back to a team challenge. And it's going to be more of a fitness challenge instead of just something running wise. So, and it's going to be You know them and I know them. Planks. Ooh. I am the plank. Remember, I am the walrus. I am the plank. Yes. So we're going with I am the plank. So as it says, we're getting close to the end. This is going to be a nice little easy one for you to work on your core some. If you have a little core routine, this is something you can throw into it. If not, it's pretty simple. It's one of the basic things we do, anyone does for core workouts, and it's a plank. You kind of get up on your elbows and forearms in a push-up position and just hold your body at a straight angle there, kind of down to the ground, like from your head down to your toes, straight angle. What we're going to do is this. Sean and I had a big discussion on this, and she said 30 seconds is doable, or else we're going to have a lot of people having a hard time here. So especially me. She timed me. I got a minute in, but I started to struggle after a minute. But I said I was tired. I could go for 10 minutes if I had to, but I was tired today, so I could only do a minute. So we're gonna do what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna give you 1 point for every 30 seconds you maintain a plank. Okay. If you can go for 5 minutes, that'll get you 10 points because 5 minutes has two 30-second increments 10 times, has that 10 times in there. So you get if you get 10 points, because if you did 5 minutes straight, that would be 10 points for every 30 seconds a point. Okay, you have to do it continuous, no breaks. So you can't do 30 seconds, take a break, 30 seconds, take a break, or 2 minutes, take a break, 2 minutes, take a break. It has to be straight through, and you can do one every day. Okay, so if you do 30 seconds, you at least get 1 point. Another 30 seconds, 2 points. 30 seconds, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10 points if you're able to hold a plank for 5 set minutes. Now, I know there are people on here that's why we said 5, because I know there are people on here who can probably hold planks for 10, 15, 20 minutes. And so we're not going to have some crazy extreme fitness person in here win it for their team. Got to make a little bit of a team effort here. So we're only giving you 5 minutes max. Okay. So yeah, you got Herman here. It says he can do 8 minutes. So I got to keep it at 5 minutes. We're going to have people doing everything and anything. So we're going to do 5 minutes. So you can technically get 70 points if you do 5 minutes every single day. So that would give you 70 points by the end of the week. You can only do it one time during the day. So you can't do one plank for one day and then later on that night you do another one. And as always, we go by the honoring system, how you report it. Coaches, we're getting towards the end. And so however your coaches want you to send it to them, send it in the text group. They want it all by the end of the week, do it by the end of the week. They're just going to shoot me all their numbers Monday morning. So, whatever's easiest for all of us at this point. We'll get this last challenge in, and then we'll go to a nice fun challenge to end out. Maybe we'll go next at the end of the week. How many of you are there at Churchill's suffering with the rest of us? That would be a good challenge for the last one. Who's suffering Churchill's with the rest? Okay, going through their 13.1. Shouldn't be suffering. You're going to be running really fast and enjoying yourselves, I'm sure. I will be suffering because I'm getting old. Questions for me. Do coaches count for this one? No, coaches cannot count. I have teams with like 7 people in the team, and I have their one team has like 8 runners and 3 coaches. They're literally would count for, there just would be way too much of a ratio there on the coaches. I go, I can't do that. So we got to keep it. We got to keep the coaches out of it because it skews it for some of the smaller teams way too much for their average, way too much. If race day is rainy, we'll talk about. I'll tell you what. Next week we will get into all of that before the race, how to do it before, what the predict. Because once we get closer to the race, then we'll know a little bit more about the weather, and we can start kind of talking about what to do for the weather. So let's wait till next week to do that, and we'll discuss like what if it rains, what if it's windy, what if it's going to be really cold, what do you do about water because there's only going to be one water stop. Let's save that for next week when we all get back into here on Sunday. That way we can go over all things for the race because that's what I wanted to kind of use next week for. So that's a good question though, Padma. We'll go over all that stuff though. I just want to wait. Maybe we'll get more people involved in this. If I let people know that's what we're going to do. How about a coaches only challenge? Yeah, Herman just wants to crush us all. Yeah, I'm sure. We got Mo. Oh, Mo's not a coach this time around. As I say, Mo would probably crush us all too. There's some real fitness people out there. They scare me. Um, so what we'll do is then we'll uh, we'll definitely get into everything next week for the race. I just want to make sure that we're ready for this next week. And I will tell you, remember these next 2 weeks, like I said before, there's not a lot we can do here to get you faster these last 2 weeks. We're just going to try to keep you fit and get those legs back under you. There is a lot of things that you can do to make this difficult on yourself for this week. Don't try to make up runs. Don't try to run extra hard because you didn't run hard like earlier in the program, or you missed a long run some other time. So this weekend, you're going to try to go out and do 14 miles. You need to chalk those runs up that didn't go well in the past as something that happened. We were moving forward. We're ready to go. We want to keep our fitness where it's at, and we want to stay healthy. We want to stay fresh, and we don't want to push ourselves too much now this close to the race. We just want to maintain what we have. And so that's what these 2 weeks are: maintaining what we have, get a little pep in our step with some of these quicker workouts, but then leave it alone. We don't want to do anything to dismantle what we've done for the 12 weeks before this. Okay. Because if you've been following along and doing most of what we've been doing, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Okay. And that's the advice I'd give to you right now. What we'll do is next week, we will come back and we will go over the race and get ready for that. Um, any other questions? Last minute questions here for this week? Not the race in general, but we'll talk about that. Tier 2 is almost sold out in the race, according to Todd. So if you're going to sign up for Churchill's again, price is going to increase when they get through tier 2 also. So just be aware of that. And other than that, this week actually looks to be a nice week. It's like going to be sunny. It looked like in the 50s and 60s all week. So fingers crossed for next week. Hopefully next a week from Saturday will be good. Um, if there are no last minute questions, I'm going to get you scooching on with your day, your Sunday. I'm hoping here New Orleans pulls it out in overtime, so Chicago takes another loss, and that doesn't hurt the Packers then. That helps them. So we're going to root for New Orleans here. Anyway, I will see all of you next week. If I don't see you Tuesday, Thursday, or in the long run, whoever's at Pace Setter this week, I will see you at Pace Setter Park. Remember, long run is 8 o'clock in the mornings now. It'll be really bright now for the morning run. And it'll be really bright for our Tuesday morning runs, Tuesday morning sunrise sun, and Wednesday late divas. Those will be light now for at least a couple more weeks till we get through these in November. So let's go. Okay. I will see all of you sometime this week. If not, have a good week. If you have any questions, always reach out to coaches or me. We'll get back to you. We will see you. And Julio, lay off the sauce. So it's a Sunday now, buddy. Your Coors Light there. All right, everybody. Take care. We will see you next week or this week, whatever, however, whenever your week starts.